So I want to welcome you, Harry Alford. I've told our audience about you, but I want to give a formal introduction as well because Harry C. Alford and your wife Kay, you're the president and CEO of the National Black Chamber of Commerce, and together you founded the organization.
That's right.
When did it start? Why did it start? Tell me a little bit about your background and why it is that you felt a need to have a National Black Chamber of Commerce.
I got my management skills. I was an officer in the U.S. Army, finance branch. I've worked with Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, and Sara Lee Corporation. That's my skill sets were developed there in leadership and in management. We moved to Indianapolis, my wife's hometown.
Oh, okay.
And started doing things there. Her father was ill. And for some reason, the Democrats asked me to run their minority business development office, which was a disaster. And they said, you've got skills, you know what business is. Can you train our businesses to do business with the state? I said, sure. So the governor says, well, I want you to have it at 5% by the time I'm up for re-election. I got it at 6.5 in 18 months.
Wow.
So I thought they were going to be very happy.
Okay.
I get called into the governor's office. The governor's guy says, you're going too far. You're over the top, and we want it stopped. I said, why do you want it stopped? He said, because our people are complaining. I said, well, I thought your people and my people were the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when I knew, and they started doing things, funny things, state police following us around. I started getting IRS audits. And so I said, Kay, we're onto something here. And probably we should take it out into the private sector and go from there. Because there was a Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in Indianapolis. At that time, Indianapolis had about 4,000 Hispanics and 25 businesses. But yet they had a Chamber of Commerce. Indianapolis had 230,000 black folks and no chamber.
And no chamber.
So we started a local chamber, the Hoosier Minority Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
We said minority, no one was going to be black in the end.
Right.
So it was a success, total success. And we took Indianapolis from doing about $2 million a year to doing $40 million a year. Now it's up to $1 billion a year in Indianapolis for black business.
Wow.
The airport, Eli Lilly's, and doing business with ourselves. Go ahead.
Okay, well, why? I mean, what happened? The business owners just said, wow, we need a place to share information, to network. Tell us a little bit about what it is that you do through the chamber.
Well, we played hardball.
Okay.
We went to the state. They were using front companies, these little fraudulent companies. And we told the state that we're going to sue you unless you use bona fide businesses and report that.
Yeah, we see a lot of that now even when they say that there's a set aside, then you'll have these structures built out and they might hire one little person or give them a little bit of money.
So we sued them.
To say that they're a minority.
So we sued them and came to terms. And then Huber Hunt Nichols, Hunt now, good company now, but they were really doing some sleazy stuff.
Okay.
And we went after them and got them banned for 5 years from doing any state business.
Wow.
Because of their shenanigans. Then we went out to the airport and said, we're going to get 15% of everything.
Okay.
And we're being nice because they're 23% of the city.
Right,
we're going to get 15% of everything.
Yeah, do business here.
We forced it on them.
Okay.
And then everyone woke up and got the music and everybody started doing the right thing.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay. And then so from there, because you're in Indianapolis, you saw, how did you end up in Washington, D.C.?
Everybody started visiting Indianapolis as to see what's going on. So Indianapolis turned around. Everybody's coming to town from Texas, from California. I said, Kay,
To see a model.
this is going to work nationally.
Wow.
It's not being done anywhere.
Right.
Atlanta was doing well,
Yes.
but they didn't have a chamber.
Okay.
So we decided, I came to D.C., met with Derek Humphreys, lawyer here, association attorney, and he did his due diligence and feasibility on it. He said it would work very well, and D.C. would really love it.
Right.
So we came here. We inked in May 23rd of 1993, and we moved here in 1994.
Okay.
And we've been here ever since.
And been here ever since, and making a headache because if I recall, one time I saw you were on the you were testifying in front of the House committee and had to put a couple of the people in their place, and then went on the Senate side and did the same thing. Do you find yourself lobbying quite a bit on behalf of the business?
We don't lobby per se. Advocate is what we do.
Okay.
That's our 501c3.
Okay.
So we testify giving our take on issues and what we recommend to Congress to do and what not to do.
Okay.
And yeah, they try to bully around, but I'm from the hood.
Yeah.
I don't take it.
We don't take it. Okay, talk about the importance of business and ownership as a dimension of Black culture in America. We hear a lot of discussion about what government should do for us, but what we don't see is much focus on how do we build and create our own wealth within our own communities.
Well, it was meant to be, according to the Constitution, the government is to leave us alone and let us do well. As long as we're doing well and abiding by the laws, let us be free. Booker T. Washington said it all. If we just form our own businesses and do business with each other, we will survive and prosper in this country.
Yeah.
And then, of course, W.E.B. Du Bois had started the NAACP to counter that event. Booker T. Washington founded the National Negro Business League in 1902, 10 years before the U.S. Chamber of Commerce was founded.
Okay.
So that is my inspiration, and that's what we follow with the Chamber. Free enterprise and being true to that spirit.
Now, but others don't seem to be grasping, and perhaps it's because we started seeing affirmative action law and other strategies from government to take away interest in building Black business. Because when I look at the numbers, when I look at those that are still at the top, all the time when we see the reports of who are the top 100 Black businesses, it seems to be the same names. Where on the other side, when you look at who is on top in business in the general population, those businesses move all the time, number one point. But number two, there's a stagnation of the smaller businesses. It's almost like they're stuck. And when I see numbers that say, 80% gross less than $100,000 a year, this is a concern. Give me your thoughts on
Well,
this.
first of all, that BE 100, if you start analyzing that ain't so.
Well, I
Okay,
question what they say, but yes, but that's what they sell.
I need to verify that more.
Okay.
Most large Black businesses would not publicize themselves or be on a list like that.
Right.
You look at the mall here, the new African American Museum, Smoot Construction, Russell Construction are working that. Those are the two largest Black construction companies in the world. They're not going to put their business up on the BET list.
Right. Is it because they don't see themselves as Black businessmen? They just happen to be in business and African American,
Well,
or what do you think? They just don't want to play a game and want that kind of attention?
Not braggadocious.
Okay.
And they're both family-run businesses.
Okay.
And they want to be around a while.
Just working.
Yeah. You don't flaunt it.
Right.
And also that list is a bullseye for the IRS.
Yeah. Start looking. But tell us about the small businessman. What is missing, or what is the hindrance? Why is it that we're not starting to see a real growth, a real momentum to build wealth? I'm extremely concerned about the Black wealth level.
Actually, according to the Census Bureau, when Kay and I founded the chamber, there were 300,000 Black-owned businesses doing $33 billion a year.
Okay.
Today, the census tells us there's 2.1 million. Doing 139 billion. We're the fastest growing segment in the business sector.
Okay.
So there's a lot of it coming, but there are bumps in the roads. The recession, the bank scandals, the dot-com bubble bursting. A lot of things makes it going
Start
around.
to hit the small business of
they get, the big boys get a cold, we get pneumonia.
Yeah.
But we are growing.
All right, well, let me ask you then a question about government. Do they, when you host your conferences, which because you umbrella so many businesses, a few million businesses, when you host your conferences for them, you find that they complain about government? What is the role of government that they see? And is it a positive role, or is it a negative role, or are they just neutral?
They don't want government around.
They just don't even want the government around.
It's about business.
Well, what about Obamacare? They kind of liking that, or are they looking at that as an additional tax on their business?
It's more than a tax, it's a cancer.
Okay.
And it's going to destroy a lot of businesses. And you take, let's say, a McDonald's franchise owner. He's got 20 franchises, and he's got 6 more on the board to open. He's not going to open those 6. Plus, he's going to lay back on those other 20, the 20 that he has. It's going to kill him if he has to abide by this. It's not that you can do it or don't do it, or you won't grow or don't grow. You could die. Obamacare is a job killer.
Now, have you attempted, during the discussions, did you attempt to make a case to opt your members out, or if you did not, would you be still pushing for that? How? Because it's just now starting to take hold. People are starting to realize that we should have looked in those details before they passed it.
Our position is to get it repealed.
Okay.
just to get it repealed and out of the way.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
bad. If
Well-
it's around anywhere, it's going to hurt us somewhere. If it's hurting them or hurting us or hurting both of us, we're all going to hurt either way.
Right.
We all have
right,
to be healthy.
Right. Well, we're with you on that one. We really believe that it should be repealed. Here at Cure, we are very interested in the impact of all policies on people, individuals, especially those in our hard-hit community and those that are trying to run small businesses.
It is macabre. We still don't know.
I know.
It's just the little things are coming out now, and they are shockers.
Well, I look forward to having you back on Cure America, because we will be talking about Obamacare, and as we get the more details, we want to expose them to our public. So I just thank you for taking time to be with us today.
Janice is an ally.
Thank you.
Okay.